everyone, my name is Nicola. I am simply a stitcher. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, it's great to have you, and if you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming and spending some more time with me today. Please do subscribe to the channel, it is free, and if you click on the drop down where it says subscribed and select all notifications, you'll be notified every time I upload a video. So I've had two finishes. I finished my symphony, and I finished the wedding sampler for my friend. So two finishes can only mean one thing: it's a new start day. So I did a wheel spin on my Flosstube, and the lucky piece that was selected was this one. This is CatDalph. It's by Malcom Watson, Heaven and Earth Design. It is 500 by 500 stitches with a total of 250. Oh, it's flicked over because it rotates on. 250,000 stitches. So for this one, I have selected, unusually for me, for such a big piece, a 14 count fabric. And I've selected a 14 count because that was the fabric that I worked on with the wedding sampler, and I thoroughly enjoyed stitching on it. So I thought I'll have a look and see if I've got enough 14 count left to do this piece. And I had, so I figured, why not? So we're going to get started on this morning. So 14 count, it'll be 2/1 full cross. So I'm going to get cracking. I have some of your comments to read today as well. So that will be the shape of this Stitch With Me. New start. A new count for me, because normally, as you guys know, with my big full coverages, I'm a 25 count girl. But I figured, let's give it a bash on some 14. Just need to move this camera a wee bit. Oh, there's my magnifier in the way. There. So I hope everybody is doing well. Am I just opposite of that? I have. Oh well, I got one stitch the wrong way. Never mind. Hope everybody is doing well. It's Wednesday today. I had me a day in the office yesterday. And then last night we had a little bit of trouble with our home internet. And there was a concern that I may be heading off this way today. But fortunately it resolved itself. So there was a local power cut, and it knocked out the internet, but it came on, I think it was about an hour-ish, and it came back on. Andy's with me this morning. Zoom in a little bit more. There we go. And you know, of course, there's nothing worse than a house without internet when you've got a teenager in it. But yeah, it's all good. So I took the time to go and get the fabric out for this. Said teenager went in the bath. And yeah, by the time she came back out, all was good in the world. What would we do without the internet? Oh, Yeah, I don't know what it is about 14 count. It just seems to go fast and smooth. Weird, isn't it? But there we go. Anyway, so today's, like I said, I've got some comments to go through. So I will be starting on those in a second. And see what you guys have been saying this week. Okay. Okay, so the comments that I'm going to be going through today will be from Frost. Did I change the number? My recent one. Yes, I did. Comments I'll be going through today will be from Flosstube number 32. The one where I have a difficult but important message. Let's see. Okay. I did put a pinned post. Excuse me. I did put a pinned post on that video as well with some useful information, or some websites, should I say, for people in the UK. But if you do have anything to add from your part of the world, resources and websites and people who can help, if you are in a crisis situation, please do feel free to add them to the comments. Okay, so the first comment is from Wendy. Wendy's Stitching, and Wendy says, I always enjoy your videos, beautiful stitching and an awesome number of stitches. Thank you, Wendy. I can't remember how many I did that week, probably around about the 9,000 mark. Seems to be a thing of about sort of 9,000 to 10,000 a week. And then Kelly, who is Kelly's Quilts Plus. She says, hello, Nicola, Lauren, and Angel Kitty. Another enjoyable Flosstube video on the 12th of August. I went back to watch a bit of your Saturday Stitch with me and the Sunday live. I was catching up on Monday in between loads of laundry and tidying up the trailer after we got back from camping. Great weekend of weather we had. Sunny and warm, but not too hot. That sounds perfect. I'm glad you had a great time, Kelly. And of course, you know, that's the good thing about having the replay, you know, publishing the streams after they're over. It means that you can go take a look whenever you're ready. Have you seen the kitty this morning? She's been down to be fed.
Yeah.
Okay. Our lovely Nina Hobbysite comments back on Flosstube 31. And she says, I don't think I want to know how many stitches I have remaining on my whips, but I don't want them all on my wall. Great progress. Thank you, Nina. It was certainly, it was a curiosity to find out, and then when I did, I was like, oh my days. You know, that feeling of regret. But you know, it's certainly, you know, I mean, I have every faith that I'm going to stitch them. There isn't a single project that I want to leave behind. Just got to live long enough to do it, haven't I? This one will take it up to over 5.5 million stitches remaining at present. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do that. And of course I've got model stitching in between as well. Yeah, that's the first complete with that colour. Okay, Victoria Howarth, again on Flosstube 32. She comments to say, great progress, Nicola, you delivered the sad message very well. I'm a Samaritan and wish more people would ring us. We're all volunteers who are trained and give our time because we care. Thank you for raising awareness. As I said, you know, in the initial sort of thing, I think everybody, you know, should be aware. I mean, I've raised concerns at work with colleagues. You know, I'm not afraid to speak up. And if we can, prevention's better than cure, isn't it? And you know, there's no cure for somebody hurting themselves. I think these first few squares on this are going to be a little bit dark. Okay. Mrs. Miggins. Hey, Mrs. Miggins, hope you're doing well. R.I.P. young man. My son pulled himself back from the edge, thank the Lord. I tried and I was so angry when it didn't work. I'm thankful that I didn't go. Mental health can't be seen and it's not able to see their troubles. Yep, absolutely. But like I said, you know, in what I said, small changes in behaviour can be an indicator, so we should all be mindful. Okay. Michelle L says beautiful mesh stitching and a beautiful message. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Michelle. Okay. And then Susan Bentley. So you have been missed, Susan. I've noted that you've not been around. So glad to be back online after a month of unreliable internet. It looks like I have a lot of catching up to do. Yeah, as I said earlier, nothing worse than when the internet goes down. But yeah, sometimes it's a battle, isn't it, to get back online. I did the service out indicator last night. It said there was a problem in my house. The router wasn't connected properly. Well, nobody had touched the router. So I was like, yeah, that's not right. And then we saw on local Facebook groups the power outage in an area close by, and I was like, yeah. Apparently everybody around here had electricity back before it went dark anyway, so that was good. All right, there you got a bit of sniff off. Tracy Delcamp leaves me some hearts and a sad emoji. Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, it was very sad. I've not heard from my friend, but to be honest with you, I don't expect to at the moment. She'll be dealing with a lot of stuff. She knows that I'm there when she needs. You might need to go and blow your nose. Heather Pearson says, thank you for your well said message. It's true that a bit of caring goes a long way, and showing up is even better. Yep, absolutely. I try and be there where I can, but everybody's different, and I get that. Just being around and available can mean an awful lot to somebody that's going through it. I've had my fair share of troubles in the past. Those of you that have been around for a while know that I do have quite severe anxiety, which I'm medicated for. I've had mental health concerns from being a young girl, all stemming from my parents' separation and a car accident that killed one of my grandparents and left the other one severely injured, and this was within months of my parents' separation. So I had a lot going on, a lot, and yeah, I've had issues over the years. I've had postnatal problems, and honestly, for a lot of the time, nobody was there. Went through a lot of stuff alone. So if I can be there for somebody else, I will. My GP was always good, and have been, in recent times as well. Actually, she was the first person in a long time that said to me, "How are you?" And I said, "Oh, I'm okay." No, she said, "How are you?" And she knew that there was something not right. So I get it that for a doctor it's their job, but excuse me. Sarah Hill. Hey Sarah. Hi Nicola and Lauren. Nice to see your work, and Lauren having a good go at cross stitching. Yep, it's funny because I was getting the fabric out for this, and I said to Lauren, I think I'm going to do it on some 14 count if I've got enough. And she scuttled off into the conservatory where I keep the fabric, and she was like, "Oh Mum, I found a bolt of 14 count." Where did that come from? Yeah, she's obviously taken notice. She knew exactly what she was looking for.
Good Lauren.
She's never ever shown any interest in what I do. Yeah. But more recently she seems to be what have I done here? Oh, that's right. Yeah, she's never shown any interest in what I do, but more recently. Hopefully there's a little spark there. I think she sees the creativity, and that I'm never bored because I always have stitching in my hands. We were bank holiday here on Monday, and we're away during the day, so we're going to go out for the day. So I will be taking some stitching with me. I shall try and do my Monday stitch with me early, so that I can take the Christmas cat with me. Might film that on Friday, actually. Is she awake?
Hi, I'm back.
Hannah awake?
Hannah's awake.
Cool. Just saying, Andy, I might film Monday stitch with me on Friday so that we can get off on Monday morning.
Okay.
I might even do it on Sunday, actually. Sunday or Monday. It's Friday or Sunday, it depends.
Whatever you decide will be the right choice, I know you.
Yeah, it's bank holiday. It's our last bank holiday before the big C. Christmas. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
So we will be going out for the day. Lauren's choice of destination, and we will be spending some time together as a family.
Something like that.
Yep. Hannah Cairn says, great stitching. In Sam's name is a group to support men's mental health within Nottinghamshire. Thank you for sharing that, Hannah. So, as well as Andy's Man Club, we have In Sam's Name as well. So, always good to have those options. Thank you very much for sharing that. Okay, our lovely Jane, I have a lovely long comment from her on this video this week, so thank you for that, Jane. Lauren, with needle, thread and fabric, awesome. Yes, it is. We all make mistakes when we start, but don't be put off by this. We also make mistakes years later with stitching. Yep, absolutely. And I know that you've had some trying times, shall we say, lately, Jane. But always on hand to support if you need, and even if it's just a shoulder to, what's a cry on, but, would we really cry over it? I think it's just support, pick ourselves up and try again. Wonderful work as usual from you, Nicola. I envy the amount of stitching you get through. Wedding sampler looks so good. I'm confident you'll complete it in time because you're so generous. Yes, I did complete it in time, and the recipient, the intended end recipient hasn't got it yet, they'll have it on the wedding day, which is on the 7th of September. So once the wedding is over, I will be able to post a picture of it in full. Because you never know if somebody who I know has a connection with them. I don't want the cat out of the bag. They say that we're all separated by 6. So does that still work? Do you think the 6 degrees of separation?
I think so.
Okay. RIP for the young man. I hope his family is being helped. I believe they are, yep. The Samaritans are good. She says, they helped me when the young man I know phoned me to say goodbye because he was always also doing this. I phoned the Samaritans to ask what I should do and followed their advice, and the young man is still alive and talks to me and we phone each other. There you go. See? Being there, showing up, isn't it? No, you saying this is not daft. You saying this pushes the information that we can help each other. I'm grateful to my stitch friends for the advice and suggestions regarding my disaster with my HAED, all useful, and I'm slowly getting back to it with less dread and tears. That is good to know. But yeah, we are always there in whichever circumstance you need, whether it's a hand to hold stitchy-wise or a hand to hold because you need it. Yeah, so nobody should ever, my group is very open for that kind of thing, and nobody should ever feel that they can't post in there. Okay, so thank you for that. It's a lovely big comment. I like those. Anna Knowles says, lovely update, Nicola. I've not seen your sailing fairy or Daughter of the Deep, both beautiful. Thank you for bringing awareness to this tragic epidemic that has taken so many of our loved ones. Prayers of peace for this young man's family.
That's interesting, describing it as an epidemic.
Well, it is an epidemic because, I mean, certainly since the pandemic, rates have gone up through the roof, and cost of living crisis, people getting into debt, you know, has also not helped.
Well, no.
People having issues with finding work, you know, that has also not helped. There are a multitude of factors which can push the rate up, and you know, Anna's, you know, quite right there in saying it is an epidemic. It's a silent epidemic, which is even more frightening.
Well, I guess it's right.
Because there is still a massive, massive stigma around mental health. People are not prepared to talk about it. I mean, I'm not saying that everybody should sort of wear their heart on their sleeves, but nobody should be ashamed or afraid to get help. Those, you know, the people to help are there. If you can't confide in a family, a loved one, a friend, there are plenty of external organisations in the UK that can help you. But it's a journey that starts with a single step. And whether that's by picking up the phone, logging onto a website or whatever, you know, you have to take that step, don't you? And I think for a lot of people, that is the hardest thing. Especially, you know, I was talking about it, especially with males. I have to be the strong one. I can't be showing a sign of weakness. So taking that first step is incredibly difficult when you feel that sense of responsibility. But yeah, I mean, Andy's Man Club, I think, was born out of it as well, wasn't it? It was born out of somebody passing away at their own hand.
Yeah.
And they seem to be getting quite big now, so Certainly our local one is getting bigger. And every so often I see, oh, there's a new meeting that's opening up at such and such a place near here. So there's clearly a need for it. If there weren't a need, they wouldn't be booking more community spaces and having these meetings. Okay. Daphne says, great progress this week. Congratulations, Lauren, on your first cross-stitch piece. Thank you, Daphne. And then Sharon also responds to say, fabulous progress, Nicola. Lauren is slowly entering the rabbit hole. Keep going, Lauren. And also she says, well done on highlighting a very difficult topic. It is difficult. It's difficult for a lot of people, which I absolutely get. But I definitely feel it's worthy of highlighting. It's not like it used to be years ago, but we just need to keep reminding ourselves of that. Okay. She's stitching up quite well. I'm quite pleased. Sally Ann Cole says great progress as usual. And she comments then to say, unfortunately, in this last week, we have had 3 quote-unquote accidents, so very sad. Yes, indeed. I'd like to say it shouldn't be happening. But I don't think that's the right words. I think what we need to say is just be there, be mindful. Wherever we can. If we're all, remember this stay alert thing during COVID? I think it still stands, but it can be applied to so many other things, can't it?
I think so. Come on. Thank you.
Esther says, thank you for sharing. No problem at all, Esther. Lovely to see you. So just after that Flosstube was released, Hannah and I went on our little jollies to Liverpool for a few days, and we had a wonderful time. And I scheduled a couple of videos to be released, one of which was an unboxing, a Geckorouge unboxing. I'd ordered 2 kits with my club voucher, and I figured that I would release that video because I wasn't doing a live stream that day. So I unboxed 2 kits, one of which was Be Elemental, which was a Lorna Laine piece and a limited edition. And the other one was called My Fluffy Valentine, which was a pair of fox. And I saw one of my viewers had that kit, and I was like, oh, I just want that. So my club voucher was spent before it was even received. So I unboxed those 2 kits on a video. And first commenter was Laurie Clark, who says, nice addition to your projects. Love the fox stitch. Yes, indeed, Laurie. The fox was just too tempting. Too tempting. And then Patricia back on Flosstube 32 leaves me some hearts. Thank you, Patricia. Patricia Laura Law. this is going so well, so smoothly. Something's got to go wrong. I'm going to get a longer bit of thread for this one, I think. I'm going to get 2 strands. I'm on a loop start, so I know I've got a bit of this colour to go. Sherry says, your stitching this week looks beautiful. Happy to see Lauren giving it a shot. Thank you for your message. Unfortunately, I lost a brother and first cousin the same way. Good morning, Hannah.
Morning.
Hannah is in the house. Get ready for the toots. There we go. She never fails, does she? Is it raining?
No, it's cold.
Oh.
It's been raining.
This is a gloomy August morning.
Anyone see my wife?
No. Okay, so Susan, with my 5.3 million stitches to go, you can have them all done in less than 11 years. Well, that's the plan. I need more stitchy time. Unfortunately, I get interrupted for 7 hours a day with work, which is a great shame. I need a lottery win. Or stitch faster. One or the other. Carol Rogers, hello from Texas. Hello, Carol. Welcome. Hope you are doing well. Always nice to see our friends from overseas. And it's funny, I was just watching a video this morning about a YouTuber that Andy has met, who has just moved from Nottinghamshire to Texas, to Houston. And of course, I have a kind of a connection with Houston as well, because I had my cameo, didn't I, from Dr. Now, who's over there. But, yeah, welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy what you see. And Carol also leaves me lots of emojis, so needles, kitty cats, sunglasses, thumbs up, hearts, and sunflower, which is obviously a mental health symbol as well. Okay. Sent G8 to BK says, I'm so happy Lauren is stitching with you. I've begged my 25-year-old daughter to try, and we could do a Flosstube together. Maybe one day it will happen. Maybe, I hope so. As you know, I am a huge advocate for stitching. as a relaxing hobby, as an aid to mental health, you know, and a creativity. You know, for me, it's about being creative. I can't draw or paint, but I can translate a pattern into a stitching. Okay. Laura says, lovely to see you again. Love the message at the end. The more people looking out, the better. Yes, indeed, Laura. That's the message I'm trying to put across, I think, more than anything. Just look out. You know, is there a change? Is there something that's not right? You all right there, Hannah? You tired? Hannah's done a few extra hours at work this week. And it's funny because they say that they don't have any jobs available, but yet you're doing all these extra hours.
It's because they've got people on sick. So they've still got a job role.
Oh, they're fully staffed. It's just that they can't cover all the shifts because of sickness.
Yeah.
You will notice as time goes on that school holidays is a popular time for sickness. And then coming up to Christmas, there'll be no hours available because everybody wants them for Christmas. And then over Christmas, there'll be hours available because nobody will want to work. Okay. Live stream last Wednesday happened to be in 2 parts because of sound issues. So I started the first part and then I started to sound like a Dalek. So I had to restart the stream. So it was in 2 parts. So the first couple of commenters, we have Karen and Patricia, who both leave me some hearts. So thank you very much. And then Chris Evans comments to say, I'm devastated that Paine Free Crafts will no longer be shipping kits to the US because of the tariffs. Thank you, Mr. President. Well, I do hope that there will be some kind of U-turn or something on these tariffs because they do seem to be particularly unfair. We can only hope. And then, you know, we should be able to be shipping across to the US freely again. It just seems to be, it's quite a lot of money that they're asking. But I don't know. I suppose that they're supposed to know what they're doing, but I don't know. Mona on my ASMR Stitch With Me with Night Cafe says, love the sound of thread moving through fabric. It is most relaxing. It certainly is. I love it as well. Although very often I've got my headphones on, so I don't often hear it. But it is. It's for me. It's one of the best sounds in the world because it means I'm not working. It means I'm stitching. Kelly says, hello Nicola on my Night Cafe Stitch With Me. Night Cafe is interesting. I watch a bit of your stitch with me to see how you stitch it. I find car parking confusing, but it makes sense for this project, I guess. Stitch it in little bites, you would say. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, that's the thing with parking. If you stitch it in little bites, and, you know, you've got gridded fabric, you can't go wrong, really. But I get it. Some people do find parking confusing and choose not to, and that's fine. Everybody stitches in their own way, don't they? You know, I stitch every piece slightly differently. You know, might be a different fabric count, might be a different method, it might be a corner start, it might be a centre start, it might be colour completing. You know, every one of them for me is different. So. And you know, it keeps me interested, but I don't park on everyone, as you know. But I might,
you're happy.
Yeah, I might occasionally just, you know, park on a thread or two. But you know, some pieces I park a lot on. Horses for courses. Okay. Andy knows how to keep me happy, don't you, dear?
I try.
Took a needle and thread in my hand.
I do try.
And a coffee.
And a coffee, indeed, Hannah. Speaking of coffee. And on that Stitch With Me as well, Anna Knowles says thank you for the company. See, that's the other thing that I absolutely get, and I always acknowledge, is that for some people who watch my channel, my Stitch With Me's and things are company, because not everybody lives with somebody, not everybody has relatives nearby or friends or loved ones, and you know, I try and talk on these as though people are in the room, you know, rather than, oh, where's that gone? There. You know, rather than, I don't want to be detached, if that makes sense. So every one of you watching this, just look at that hair, a long blonde one. Every one of you watching, just know that I am sat in your living room with you, or wherever it is you're choosing to listen to this. You might be on the train like Carla, you might be in work and watching under the desk like Ebony, but wherever you are, just imagine I am with you. That's the idea. What I want to create. A world where nobody is alone. just pull that stitch. There we go. Someone's getting a knock knock on the door this time. It must be a parcel delivery. Not bad to say it's not even 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, back on Flosstube, another knock. Flosstube 30k leaves me some emojis, a heart and a needle and thread, thank you Kate. Stitchy Pfeiffer. And then on my night cafe, Patricia leaves me some hearts, thank you so much. As I've always said, even if it's just a heart, please leave me a comment. Gosh, they're determined, whoever they are.
Not police, is it?
No, I doubt it. I think it's a van delivery or something.
Well.
Well, I'm off, see you.
Alright, au revoir.
Hannah, you wanted something out the dry, didn't you?
Yeah, my jumper.
Alright, well, at the time you come down, it should be done.
On live stream Wednesday, we were talking about tea. And Jane comments to say, for leaf tea, try the Tea Merchants on Chesterfield Road, Chesterfield, or a Betty's shop. The full name of the shop is Northern Tea Merchants, and they sell coffee ground to how you want it. Thank you, Jane. Useful to know. And not too far away from us. Unthreaded my needle, that was good. And then on my night cafe, Celia also leaves me some hearts. Thank you, Celia. I know, bless her, Celia has been back into watching her football, but whilst the football is on, she's usually got a Stitch With Me playlist of mine running as well to support me. So thank you so much, Celia. Every view, every interaction, every advert break watched is supporting me at the moment, so you know, I thank you all for that. Reminds me, actually, I still need to put my live streams into a playlist. I've been saying I'm going to do that for a while. Football season, and this is you know, in relation to that comment, Celia comments, football season has started, so while I watch the games and stitch, your Stitch With Me video playlists roll.
It was a van. I don't know where it went because I saw it going down the road. But
What van?
it was a van.
Oh,
A big white van.
delivery then. Like having our own personal security here, Hannah. She'll tell us what's going on the street. Oh, that was clever, wasn't it? Ugh. Trying to stitch the same line again because I'm a wally. Just unstitch those. There we go. That's where I want to be. Much easier to unpick on this as well if I need to on the 14 count. No slippage to worry about. Just straight get on with the stitches. And again, yes, I can see white coming through, but I'm working this very close up, so when I step back I won't see it. And also when it's washed, the aida will shrink down ever so slightly as well. And the thread will fluff up. Okay, so stitch with me with Van Gogh Never Passed. The last chatty one that I did. Mona leaves me some hearts. Thank you, Mona. And then Karen Ennis comments to say, my 3 cats are sitting with me enjoying you stitch as well. Oh. It's always nice to see the fur babies. 1 or 2 have been posted in the group. And I think Carla has a cat that likes to sit and watch me. Huh? What's up with that?
That one that I got the wrong way, the bloody strings on it have gone wonky. And it won't go back up.
Have you just fished that out of the dryer?
Yeah.
At least it'd be warm.
There you go.
Thank you.
All I needed to do was pull the string.
I did that. Every time I did it, it went straight back up again.
Yeah, you weren't doing it properly then.
I was jumping to our way.
I don't mind. I'm doing a stitch with me. Go.
Noodles, pick a jumper.
Okay. Tracy Del Camp on Van Gogh Never Passed also. I'm talking. Tracy Del Camp also leaves me a heart. As does Daphne with a needle and thread on Van Gogh Never Passed. Thank you both. And then our lovely Patrizia Laura Law also leaves me some hearts. Oh, do you know this one? I'm getting a feeling I don't want to put it down.
Never heard that term.
What term?
Coastal accretion.
Post what?
Coastal accretion. I'm talking about salt mark.
Is it like an accumulation of salt?
I think it is, yeah. It's like accumulation of rocks.
Yeah.
Position.
Well, I've heard the term accretor before. It's a Latin word.
Oh yeah. Well, most of our language is derived from Latin, isn't it?
Mm. Anna says, is a Geckorouge a mystery kit where you only know the artist but not what the design will look like? Yep, that's right. So Geckorouge release a number of, usually a number of kits through the year. And they are a mystery kit. So you get to know the artist but not the design. So it is a lottery when you buy them. So there's always, as I said, there's a 50-50 that you will like the design. I've been very lucky because a couple that I've had I really have liked. I had Alice for Lamb, which was a Gecko Amour a couple of years ago. was a Miss Cherry Martini design, and Evelina, my Anita in Rarity kit, was also a mystery. I mean, you know, it's just a case really of, do you like the artist? But there's always that sort of caveat that they could have done something completely different for, you know, the special kit. So always difficult with a gecko boot, or a Moa, or a me, or a Gem, or whatever it is that they are doing. Definitely, you know, a hard decision. If you're going, you know, if you're going to take the chance that the piece will be something that you will like. Okay. And it also then goes on to say, habitual stitcher doesn't roll cut off the tongue quite as well as simply a stitcher. Stay as you are, simply superb. Thank you, Anna. I have no plans to change. You're all good. If I ever do suggest it, just, you know, be safe in the knowledge it's just a mild musing, and it normally does go away. I think it'd be a lot of faff to change everything now, because I have to change my starting, my ending, and all the rest of it. I think Andy might fall out with me. But no, I'm going to stay as I am. Stay in my lane, keep here, doing these videos under the same name. Yeah, all good.
Me?
What?
What was that? Sorry,
I was talking about, I had a musing about changing my name.
Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that. You've no need to do
Yeah,
that.
I was saying I think you might fall out with me because you'd have to redo everything for my videos.
I wouldn't have to redo them.
If I changed my name and things, you'd have to do a new card and new starting and endings and stuff. But I wouldn't put you through that, so you're all good. Okay. Oh. Don't itchy leg. Oh. Okay. Sharon Fennell says, I have to agree, I'm a DMC girl. So we were talking about floss, and for me, I am white fabric, generally speaking, DMC floss kind of girl. And Sharon says I have to agree. I kitted up a HAED with CXC, and about 5,000 stitches in, the colours were off. I abandoned it and had to start again, so I ended up wasting money. I won't go down that road again. Like I said before, if somebody wants to use CXC, absolutely, entirely up to you. Yeah, I would never criticise anybody for using CXC. You stitch, your hobby is in accordance with your pocket, and you know, if CXC is what's affordable, you know, that's that. But, you know, with CXC, you do take a chance, really, don't you? In this instance, it's obviously not worked out for Sharon, but it does work out for others. You know, everybody is different. But yeah, I've not gone down the CXC, Royal Broderie or whatever sort of route. The only colour that I would be for is for black. But I will move heaven and earth to try and get a DMC cone before I go down CXC or alternative route. Live stream Sunday. Karen comments to say have a great night, and Patricia leaves me again some hearts. So thank you both ladies. Thank you very much. My leg's driving me bananas. And those actually make my last two comments. So, as ever, for those of you who have left a comment for me, thank you very, very much. It really, truly is appreciated. Those of you that have liked and subscribed and all that as well, thank you. Thank you, thank you. So that is the end of another video. Well, another batch of comments for this video. I'm not ending my video just yet. I still have another 15 or so minutes with you guys, so carry on putting my first stitchy session into this lovely piece. I'm just finding it's the 14 count at the minute. I mean, I did the sample on 14 and I was just like, oh, it's like heaven to stitch on. You know, you don't realise how much you actually miss the, you know, these counts. You know, when you work for so long on 25 or higher. But yeah, it's starting to already 300 stitches in become one that I don't want to put down. Can I have some more drinks, sweetheart, please? Keep you hydrated. Keep my tummy rumbles under control as well. I'm not hungry, I'm just thirsty.
Does this makes sense.
Dear, sounds like Hannah's having a grumble. All right, Hannah.
Apparently.
You okay?
This starts went bonky again. I've had to pull it back there. With the thing.
Oh,
Noodle, pass me a noodle. Pass me a noodle,
please.
please.
I can't hear you. Push you a
Noodle.
noodle.
Yes, a chicken pot. It's the morning.
Yeah, but at least I tried.
And failed.
Yeah, but I tried. And what you get? And I tried.
Hey, stop bickering, you two.
For trying.
Oh, thank you.
What?
Stop bickering.
I'm not. I get
She's a
points
rapscallion,
for
she really
not
is.
You. I get points for trying, not being trying.
You are very shy.
Guess what?
Oh dear. Stepfather, stepdaughter love.
I don't care.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm just going to do chairs again. For the time, okay. Will you tell your husband to behave,
Nope. I will not.
child?
Mum's on my side. Mum's on my side.
I'm on neither of your sides.
Mum,
I'm on the
tell
side of peace and tranquility, thank you very much.
If you're on the side of peace and tranquility, you wouldn't have brought him home, would you?
Ooh, if I was on the side of peace and tranquility, I wouldn't have had children, would I?
Hey, I was a happy accident. Fine.
Happy?
Well,
That's,
for
fun.
that one.
That's funny because you're grumpy most of the time.
Oh,
All right, come on, you two.
You could go through the entire Seven Dwarves set actually. You know, happy, grumpy, sleepy. Sleepy, you're usually sleepy at night, aren't you? Dopey, that's most of the time.
do you want a punch? Because I will happily give you one.
Oh my goodness. It's life, Jim, but not as we
I
know it.
question
So
whether
do
he's
I.
a better father or a brother.
Sometimes I question my sanity.
I fucking would know.
Language.
Alright.
Apologies for Hannah's
Tell the
F-bomb
people I
there.
said bye.
She says, tell the people I said bye.
Not you. Well, I got you for dickhead.
Oi, oi. Name calling.
He started it.
I'm finishing it. Go to work. Oh my gosh, it's good fun in this house. Andy's laughing his head off.
Oh God! I'm sure you guys can tell it's very fun in this house at times. You can have a laugh with Hannah. That's the thing.
Oh yeah.
Hannah just doesn't do greatly serious. There's a lot of humour with Hannah.
Yeah, she has actually got for all Hannah's issues with her autism, she has actually got a decent sense of humour, and she's got a good understanding
It's brilliant.
of sarcasm, wit, you know, and all the rest of it. And she's very good at context as well.
Dear.
Oh.
People are going to be watching this thinking, what the heck is going on?
Well, if any of the people who are watching this have ever watched a live stream, they'll know exactly what's going on. The girls strike again. Well, one of them does anyway, because the other one is still snoozing. Oh, come on. Hey dear. And yeah, so that's her off to work. Is she just working till 3 today, or is she working till 8?
I don't know.
Guess we'll catch her when we see her then. Yes, it sounds like Hannah's work, they've had a lot of trouble with sickness lately, so she's been picking up quite a lot of shifts. She's, you know, had text messages at 5 and 6 a.m. Can you go in? And Hannah's a bit like me. She's a people pleaser. She doesn't like to let people down. Come on. There we go. I'm quite looking forward to going out on Monday for the day. Be nice, won't it?
Yeah.
I wonder what my Monday stitch with me is. Oh, Pandora. Ooh. Pandora, it's been a while. Pandora, of course, I'm doing every other colour except for the black first. because then the black I can just fill in without having to refer to Pattern Keeper or anything like that, and it will become hopefully a piece that travels with me once we get to that point. I know I've got lots of small ones at the moment, but they won't last forever. What colour is that? 3834. Oh, it's a purple. Oh, that was daft. Pulled it too quickly. I'm going to park this one because I'm about to go off. Well, you can see, I'll fill that in a bit. Oh, settings, shortcuts, double click on single stitch, park threading, upper right corner. Come on, go back. Thank you. Do I have to go to work today?
Yeah.
I just want to stitch on this piece. It's lovely. I'm enjoying it. Come brighten it up actually. There you go. You can see the colours in it there a little bit better. It's not all the same colour. Actually at the witching hour. So I'm just going going to do a mark off, and then we'll end this one. So I have done 383 stitches, which I don't think is bad. It's a good start, isn't it? So I'm going to end up with my usual reminders, guys. 3 videos will be coming up on the screen in a moment. So if you've not seen those, please do go take a few minutes to have a look. I release my Flosstube on Tuesday, Stitch With Me's, oh, excuse me, Stitch With Me's on Thursdays and Saturdays, and I live stream at 7:30 p.m. UK time on Sundays and Wednesdays. So if you can join me for those, it would be much appreciated. Please do subscribe if you haven't done so already. It is free, and press the notification drop down to select all to be notified every time I upload a video. In the box below you'll find all of my pattern information and my list of finishes and other useful links, such as my Facebook group and Buy Me a Coffee. So thank you guys very much indeed for watching. Do take care. Happy stitching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.